Hello everyone and welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan Rattan, and this is a Blue Collar Wine Show where I help you spend your wine dollars wisely, whether it's an inexpensive wine or in this case, the heavy hitters of Washington State. We're doing wines that are over $40, but under $90. So big hitters from Washington State. The first one we're going to do is Kantos Cellars 2016 Merlot, Walla Walla Valley. Now, Walla Walla is a premier growing area in Washington State, and Cameron Kantos is the winemaker and owner of this winery. His father was a winemaker, I think, for Fort Walla Walla Winery or something like that. Anyway, Cameron stopped by the store one time and he shared his wines with me, and I really have fallen in love with his wine. So this is Kantos Cellars 2016 Merlot. It rolls in at $45. 45 bucks. No, $43. Sorry, $43. I missed that. Okay, so I've always said that Merlot is fantastic from Washington State. One of the best growing areas for Merlot, in my humble opinion. I think there's three great places for Merlot. You have, of course, the right bank of Bordeaux. You have Italy, and you have Washington State. And of course, they do some good ones in California. I'll admit it. Good color on this, nice and dark. Let's see what we get on the nose. I get that nice plum tobacco notes. A bit of licorice coming through as well. Let's see what we get on the palate a day. Let's see what we get on the palate. Smooth, structured tannins. This baby is spicy on the palate. Nice plum tobacco. I'm getting a little leather notes too. The tannins on this are a little more serious than maybe you get in some Merlot, but this is a bad boy. This has great structure, great balance. Wow. Chalky on the backside. The tannins get a little bit chalky. This is a serious Merlot. This baby will age easily 8 to 10 years. Good acidity, fruit, tannins. Those are the key elements to aging wine, and this has all of them. Nice spiciness on this. Probably uses French oak. I did not look that up, but he probably does. Solid licorice hit on the mid palate into the finish. Nice expansion. You get that nice kind of chalky tannin feel on the backside. This could tackle a ribeye any day of the week. I'm going to go straight up A. That's a solid Merlot. Let's move on to the 2017 L'École number 41 Walla Walla Valley Apogee Pepperbridge Vineyard. Very famous vineyard in Walla Walla. This is 65% Cab, 18% Merlot, 14% Malbec, and 3% Cab Franc. Rinse. Now, L'École is one of the older wineries in Walla Walla. I mentioned Kantos, very small production winery, but love their wines. Marty Clubb owns L'École. He's come up and done a wine tasting for us in the past. Has a picture of the schoolhouse there. When you drive into Walla Walla, it's one of the first wineries that you see. It's next to you. I think Waterbrook is right next to it. The old schoolhouse of L'École. Really, really dark color on this baby. I think you can see that, hopefully. Almost purple black. Deep currant notes on this. I get a little bit of that herbaceousness, pyrazine on the nose. Get a little blackberry, currant. There's a little bit of a worn leather element coming through as well, with a little bit of licorice and tobacco. This is for lack of a better term, this is a deep nose. I mean, this has some really, really deep tones to it on the nose. Let's see what we get on the palate. With the currants, I got a little raspberry. That's what I kind of, yeah, Cool. Little raspberry hit. There's a pyrazine element that comes through. Cab Franc is amazing. Is an amazing grape. You put a little Cab Franc in anything, chances are you're going to get a little of that pyrazine, that herbaceousness that comes through on the palate. This has it. This is great balance. It's a little tightly wound. This is a youngster. I said it's a 17. This baby needs another probably 3 to 4 years before it really will start showing its colors. Oh, I forgot. 55. It's a Sammy Hagar. $55. Really, really solid tannins. I mean, this is like really grippy tannins on the backside. Good structure, good balance, good fruit. Not over the top. This is not a fruit bomb, even close to a fruit bomb. I get a little iron element. I like blood in there, that iron taste. Good complexity on this wine. Tobacco notes big time, like getting on the back of the mid palate into the finish. This baby has some serious structure, some serious ageability. If you want to buy a bottle of this and just tuck it away for a couple of years, I guarantee you'll be rewarded. It's really good wine. I'm going to go A on that as well. 2 A's, guys, right off the bat. Right off the bat. Now, this is more approachable now, the Kantos. This is, you can just see the potential in this one, even though it's tightly wound. Now let's go on to the Long Shadows 2017 Feather Cabernet Sauvignon. This is also Walla Walla Valley. I should have thrown a Red Mountain in there because I'm a huge Red Mountain fan. $75, okay? Just real quick on Long Shadows. Alan Shoup, who used to run St. Michel, he was like the CEO of St. Michel, helped build that company up. He left it and he started this project called Long Shadows. He hired Gilles Nicole as his head winemaker, but he has all these different people, famous winemakers, come in and start their own label. In this particular case, this is Randy Dunn from Dunn Vineyards in Napa. He's involved in this project. So these guys come in and they give Gilles Nicole the directions they want for their wines, and he follows what they want to do, and he produces these wines. He has his own, I think it's Pirouette. No, not Pirouette, it's Chester Kidder is Gilles Nicole's own wine. That's what he makes. But here Randy Dunn gives him instructions. They have Michel Roland does the Pedestal Merlot. I think dude from Australia does the Sequel Syrah. So a bunch of cool, it's a really cool facility. If you ever get a chance to go there, I think you have to make an appointment, but it is a really cool facility. Very nice. Dark color on this. Randy Dunn has been making Cab in Napa for a long time. And these guys wanted to come up and tap into the potential of Washington State wines. Well, this has a classic dusty cedar currant notes on it. Almost candy-esque a little bit on the nose. I'm getting also a little bit of a red flower, or dark red flower component coming through. And a little licorice as well. Let's see what we get on the palate. This is some serious Cab right here, boys and girls. Deep currant notes. A little bit of cedar coming through. The tannins are nicely integrated into this wine. They're solid. The currant notes are beautiful on this and very well balanced by the acidity. The acidity is nicely integrated as well. It lifts the fruit in the mouth. This could use some food. Huge tobacco hit on the back end of this wine. smooth, structured tannins. That's drying out my mouth. It's like, spitting out sand. Needs food. You wouldn't just drink this solo. It's not a cocktail wine, so to speak. But it needs food, but it's so well made. It's so structured, so nice. You know, and guys, I will tell you this. The same quality of cab from Napa Valley would be over $100. So that's the beauty of Washington State. You got all these great wines like Apogee. This would be around $100. The Kantos Merlot, if it were out in Napa Valley, would be closer to $100. So it's nice to live in Washington State where you can get some of these quality wines for, well, less money. I mean, $75 is a splurge. Absolutely. I so want a big ribeye in front of me right now. We are doing flank steak tonight, my wife and I, so I will have some of this with the flank steak. Just serious, again, the tobacco hit, almost a tarry tobacco thing on the backside of this. Beautiful cab. I'm going to go A+ on the cab, but all of these are excellent wines. And these are the big boys. These are the big boys. What did I start? The bad boys, big boys of Washington State. There's so many more. We're not getting into the Cool Cedar Creek, Leonetti. I certainly would bust my credit card trying to get into that realm, although I know a few of you would like to have me review those, and I may do one in the future. But this is kind of the finish of my Washington Wine Month. I think I might do another high-end sort of big boy reds of Washington State again, because I didn't get too many episodes in for Washington Wine Month of August. But it doesn't matter, or even if we're into September, it doesn't matter. These are some serious wines from Washington State. Thanks for taking some time out of your day. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the subscribers that have jumped on board. I hope you're enjoying these episodes. I'm really trying to do Monday, Thursday. As we get into September, it'll be easier for me because it's not so busy at the store that I work at. It's just nuts right now. It really is. And my assistant hurt his back, so he's been out for like 6 or 7 days. He's back though. No pun intended. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You keep watching, and I'll keep helping you spend your wine dollars wisely. Let's see.